Well, hello everybody on YouTube. Welcome to Jim's Mixture of Stuff. Continuing with our part 3 of the Weatherby Range 307 XP and 280 Ackley Improved. I wanted to go over just a few more things. I think the next video will be we'll see if it shoots video and how well it shoots. I have not fired the gun yet, but I'm dying to. Before I get into that, I want to introduce you to two things. If you have never purchased ammunition from this company, I would highly recommend them. They're a little pricey, but the quality of the brass that they sell you, it actually comes in a nice box. It's already been initially annealed, which you can kind of see with the discoloration around the neck. And the brass is number one. I'd already measured everything. It's the size, the primer pockets are excellent. And not only that, you get a nifty little box that it comes in. It was very well packaged. And this is the company, it's Peterson Cartridge. There's different places that sell them. They have their own website. And this is where the brass came for the AI that I'll be loading for tomorrow. And the next one is this Vortec. It's all over the internet, and you can see it. And by the way, I want to thank my wife. She's behind the camera tonight. This is her very first ever video recording session. And so if she's doing strange things with the Zoom right now, you'll know that she's trying her best. But this is Vortec. This is their Eliminator. This is sort of their general cleaner. They have other ones that are for copper and carbon and different things like that. Highly recommend this, and let me tell you why. And I always tell people, clean a new rifle. It doesn't matter when you get it out of that box, clean that, pull it out of the stock, clean that rifle, wipe it down, be sure it's properly lubricated in all the places that it needs to be, put it back in the stock. By the way, torque it to specifications that should be in the manual or available through the manufacturer. Do all of those things the way they tell you to do them. And here's why you want to clean a new rifle barrel. This is cleaning with the Vortec Eliminator, and this is the cleaning cloths from the cleaning of this rifle barrel. So as you can see, this is what it looked like. This is why you clean a new rifle barrel. There is all kinds of machining, there is a test firing that goes on, there is transportation, dust and dirt and warehouses and UPS trucks and FedEx trucks, I guess more than UPS, and it accumulates a lot of trash as it goes along. So please, be sure to clean. You should check it for obstructions anyway. So be sure to clean a new rifle. Now let's talk about some particulars. I told you about the tally rings, and here is the rings, and this is a Zeiss 3.5 to 10 Conquest, and this is a 44mm objective lens. And if you look, you can see how much gap there is between the scope and the barrel. These are medium height. So if you're getting rings for this rifle and you've got a 50mm objective, you're going to have to get taller than medium heights. Smaller than a 44, you might get by the next size. But just look at it. Their website has great information on these sights and how to measure the height. But just so, and you'll have it for your reference, this is a 44 again millimeter objective. The other thing is the medium scope rings, and the scope clearance is great as far as being able to work and articulate the bolt. While we're there, it's a new rifle. You've cleaned everything, you've wiped everything off. Now the cheek riser has been elevated to suit my face position. And it's important to notice that even with it elevated to that first hole or the center hole, I can still get the bolt out. However, if you go up one more notch, it may be a little hard to get the bolt out. I think it'll still come out, but it may be a little more difficult. Now, when you are lubricating your rifle for its first trips, I always tell people, and do it myself, take a small pick, something like this, use a high quality gun grease. I kind of like the Montana Extreme. It seems to be pretty good stuff, and I'll see if she can get that focused for us so you can see it. It works very well. My second choice for that would be this Tetra, which is also a good gun grease. On this one, it seems to separate in the tube because I think it's been in warehouses, so you'll have to agitate it a little bit and be sure it's the oil doesn't separate it. When you lubricate this bolt, there are a few places, and only a few, sparingly put a little grease on the inside of these on the inside of these bolt lugs, here and here. Put a little on this space here, put a little here, but not much, just a touch, and then a little on each side and on the tops where it runs in the raceways. And then back here on the bolt, this is one area that gets neglected a lot when I work on people's guns. And folks, by the way, I've been messing with guns, working on guns, shooting guns for 55 years now, so it's been a little while. Here on this slide where the bolt spring actuator slides and works back and forth, put a little bit here. You don't have to put a lot, just a little. And then right in front where the bolt locks up in the action, put a little bit in this area. I'm trying to get to where the light, where you can actually see where I'm pointing, and just a little. And that's the only lubrication you need to do. I'm going to tell you to run the spring mostly dry in a bolt. If you hunt in Wyoming and you put much oil on that firing pin spring and stuff in there, it'll very likely freeze solid on you and won't fire. So be careful what you use there. A good friend of mine, I'm going to go behind my wife and get it. This is what he uses, and I've tried it and I like it, and I may stick with it. And it is bicycle chain lubricant. It is a dry lubricant. I know that Weatherby says put some lithium white grease on there, but in this 20 degree below zero on an elk hunt, that stuff gets pretty thick and makes that lockup slow. You can get a misfire, no fire, and that's not what you want when you've got a nice bull out there or a nice cow that you're planning on having for Christmas dinner. So this also works real well. Give it time to dry, let it gas off. No information in your owner's manual or in your information sheet about how to add these spacers to the buttstock. A number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Put a little oil on it, please. You'll thank me for that later. And you're just going to find the dimples where they put them in, and it'll just go in, and it's a number 2 Phillips, and you'll be able to get to the screws. These are not wood screws, these are machine screws. And they're pretty long. They're long enough to handle the 2 spacers that comes with the rifle. I'm 6'2". This is the perfect length of pull for me. I didn't measure it, but it's the perfect length of pull. The recoil pad actually feels pretty good. And to be honest, I think, initially, I have to be honest, I was a little bit underwhelmed with the stock and how it felt. But as I've handled it more, it's really solid, it's really rigid. It actually feels very good. It fits. It comes up very naturally into that shooting position. And so it's a really nice stock. We'll see how it does in the shooting, which I hope to get done tomorrow if I get the reloading done. So that's about it as far as the mechanics. The evaluation on how does it shoot is the next step. If it shoots, then I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10 for a nice hunting rifle. The weight on this with scope is about 7.1 pounds. And that does include a magazine and 4 rounds when I checked it. So it's not bad. It's not an ultra lightweight, but it's not burdensome. I did not have a sling on it, so keep that in mind. Your mileage may differ depending on your caliber and things like that. So there we go. That's number 3 in the books. I did promise you a bore scope video. Keep an eye out for that as soon as I figure out how to take the Telson video and import it into the YouTube algorithms and the lords and gods of YouTube and video processing, and we'll see what happens there. Now, a lot of people are going to say first thing that this blue on these cleaning patches is from my Jags. No, it is not. I don't use brass Jags. I use nickel plated Jags so that I do not wind up. This is Tipton's Deluxe Jag set, and I highly recommend this. I've been using this one for ages, but it's got everything from 17 up, and these will not give you false copper readings. This will not do that. So no, that's not a false reading on those cleaning Jags. That's exactly what it was. So after we do some test firing, I've got to get the dies cleaned up and ready. So we'll get started on that maybe early in the morning. Maybe, weather permitting, I can go shoot it some tomorrow at some point. We'll see what happens. So I hope these videos are helpful. I hope that if you like them, you'll hit that like. If you don't like, hit that thumbs down. And I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. And I got a lot more stuff. As you look behind me, I put my wife on the other side. Instead of you looking at the freezer, this time you're looking into the mess. And I'm going to say it's Jim's mixture of a lot of stuff in here. So stay tuned for other different kinds of videos. We'll try to do better as we go. But I do thank you for your patience, sticking with us. And please like and subscribe to this video. I hope you have a great rest of your week and a wonderful weekend. And if you're hunting, good luck. God bless you. Be safe. Be safe handling your firearms. Be safe hunting. Take care of yourselves. Again, God bless you.